Luz y Progreso. This is your host, Sancista Brujo Luis. Feels like I haven't said that in a very long time. So I'm sitting here meditating, contemplating the day, just enjoying the day. And I'm remembering a post that I had read online that has been in the back of my mind for the past few weeks. And this post said, sometimes God will send you your own spirit guides to remove you from tables that you used to sit in order to remove you or separate you from people who are trying to poison you. And so I want you to deeply think about that, because it's just a really deep saying. So the actual post says, God has removed you from a table you used to sit at in order to separate you from a host that is serving you poison. So I know I have not posted in a long time. I've kind of separated myself a little bit from social media, and for the past month I've been on a little journey, a little vacation, unwinding, decompressing, cleansing, right? And I've gone on this little trip, on this little vacation. I've gone to Pennsylvania, and I've sat with my friends who I love and who dearly love me. I have gone to Cape Cod. Here I am in Connecticut. Today is my final day, and I'm heading home. And so I'm just sitting here enjoying my coffee and just, thinking about the past month and how much I needed to separate myself from social media, separate myself from internet, and be in the presence of life. A lot of spiritual people, especially spiritual people who are on social media, we forget to experience what's around us because we're always with the cell phone or the camera in front of us, trying to capture that moment so that our viewers can live vicariously through us, and then we forget to live these experiences. So in the beginning of the trip I did for a second, and then I stopped. I said, wait a second, let me stop. Let me enjoy here that I am in Pennsylvania. When I was in Pennsylvania, let me spend time with these people that are here, that want to be with me. Let me laugh with them. Let me break bread with them. Let me enjoy them, and they enjoy me. When I went to Cape Cod, the same thing. And in Connecticut, which is now the same thing. Let me put my camera aside and just be present. I need to stop looking through this smoky mirror of this lens that I'm recording videos, and be in the present and enjoy. Because this is the reason why I walked away from making videos for a while, is because I needed to heal myself. I needed to ground myself. I needed to refine myself, and it's been a beautiful month. So during this month, I've been contemplating, I've been enjoying the time spent with my friends. I've been to powwows, ceremonies. I've met beautiful people. I'll show you pictures here. Beautiful people. We've connected. We've become friends online. I'm just celebrating life and just enjoying life. Now, this whole time that I've been on my journey, I've been kind of soul searching again, because we're always soul searching, And I was remembering this book that I read when I was a young kid, and the title of the book, I think, was The Wizards of Earthsea. I think I've mentioned this book before in some of my videos. So there's a reason why I'm mentioning this book, because, it's been in my mind. I have met so many people that I've sat down and we sit down and talk, and I give them whatever wisdom I can give them, as a person of my age, I'm in my 50s. I sit down and I impart wisdom, right? I try to impart wisdom the best that I can. And I meet so many people that have come into my life, and they say, wow, you made me see things in a different way, or you helped me, I was looking life through a dirty lens, through a smoky mirror, and you helped in some way clean that lens, wipe away that smoke from the mirror so that I can see things a little bit clearer, so I can see where I need to be going a little bit better. Have I healed them? No. This is just the first step for that person. But in some way, I've planted seeds in these people, seeds that already were in them. So what am I trying to say in this video? I have met a lot of people that say Padrino, Sancista, or Luis, whatever, BRUJO. I've learned so much from you. And then I have been with people who sit and say to me, I've learned so much from you, but then they go to someone else and they say, well, I don't feel like they're teaching me something, right? Which brought me back to the reason why I needed this vacation. I needed to decompress, meditate. Am I going about things the right or the wrong way with these people who see themselves as my students, some people. And it brought me back to that book, The Wizards of Earthsea. I don't know the name of the author, Ursula K. I'll put the name up here. And it brought me back to that book, The Wizards of Earthsea. And it brought me back to my personal experiences in life, where I've sat with elders when I was younger, and they were my age or older. And when I was young, I didn't realize then what I realize now, that they were giving me so much wisdom, so much teachings, and I wanted something else. I wanted, okay, so they're not giving me this, so I'm going to go look through the spell book or this religious book and delve deep, not realizing the wisdom and the teachings that they imparted. And now at my age, I sit back and I think about my abuelita. I think about my tios, my tia, my parents, my elder cousins and siblings, my padrinos and sanse, my padrino and sanse. He taught me more. Listen to what I'm going to say. He taught me more, and my abuelita taught me more, not in mesa, not doing espiritismo, not doing sanse or brujeria or magia or whatever you want to think. They taught me more by me sitting there and listening to their life experiences and to their stories and to the things that they were bringing me out into nature to try to teach me. And I was so impatient because I didn't want that. I wanted to open magical books and understand the cosmos and the universe. I wanted power. That's what I thought I wanted at that age, right? So it brought me back now during this month that I've been meditating, that I've been contemplating, and that I've been traveling. It brought me back, to that book, The Wizards of Earthsea, and it brought me back to my elders of my past, to deeply meditate on my elders of my past. Now, there's one part of that book, The Wizards of Earthsea. There's this character, the wizard's apprentice. His name is Ged, or Sparrowhawk. And so Ged becomes, or Sparrowhawk becomes, the apprentice of this powerful sage, this powerful magus, this powerful wizard. His name is Ogion, right? And Ogion is just an old man, around my age, maybe a little bit older, very wise. And so Ged thinks, or Sparrowhawk thinks, all right, I'm going to go with Ogion. I'm going to go with this magus. I'm going to learn the secrets of the universe. I'm going to be the master of the universe. So he spends time with Ogion. Sorry. Ged is the apprentice. Ged, Sparrowhawk, is the apprentice. Ogion is the magus, the wizard. So he spends time with Ogion, and Ogion teaches him about herbs, picking herbs and trees. And he says, this tree is sick, or you can tell by the leaves if it's going to rain, if it's going to snow. And Ged, Sparrowhawk, all he thinks about in the back of his mind is all these spell books that are in Ojin's wizard hut. And why isn't this man teaching me all this lesson? Why isn't this man, who's such a great and powerful sorcerer, not a sorcerer, a wizard, a magus, why isn't this man teaching me these things? So one day in the book, they're walking through the rain. It looked like a, kind of like this, the background I'll show you in a second. And it was raining, and Ged is like, I thought, wizards can control, the weather. And Ojin said, of course, many wizards can. He goes, well, can you make it stop raining? And Ojin said, I can if I wanted to make it stop raining, but I don't want to make it stop raining. And Ged, Sparrowhawk, being not an ignorant, a young student, impatient as we all are, in his back of his mind, he's thinking, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And all of a sudden, it stops raining, and the sun comes out where Ojin is walking, the magus, but it is still raining where Ged, Sparrowhawk, is walking. And Sparrowhawk, Ged, is like, okay, I get it. You can control the weather. It's not raining where you are, 2 feet away from me, but it's raining where I am. I get it. You can control weather. So then there's this part of the novel where Ojin, the magus, the high magus, is healing a poor peasant's cow. I think it was a cow. And Ged, Sparrowhawk, impatient, said, I didn't know such a magus. It was the job of a magus, a powerful wizard, to be a healer of cows. And Ojin looks at him, and Ojin says, something similar, it is this cow's milk that feeds these people. And if this cow dies or becomes sick and cannot produce milk, these people will go hungry. It is the job of a magus. It is the job of a wizard. It is the job of a spiritual person to help those in need. The best we can to comfort, to give an embrace, to give words of wisdom or words of comfort. But in Ged, or Sparrowhawk's mind, he's thinking, why don't you just wave your wand or say some magical word and make everything, heal? So in one part of the book, in that part of the book, he goes, you're not teaching me, young Ged, young Sparrowhawk says to Ojin, I don't feel like you're teaching me to be a magus. And Ojin turned around and he said, maybe you don't understand what it is that I am teaching you. And that hit home really hard. A lot of students don't realize many times when you have a good teacher or a good elder what we are teaching you, because you're so infatuated with Jedis, let's say Star Wars, with learning how to be a Jedi, with learning how to be a wizard, with learning how to be a powerful witch, with learning how to be a powerful sorcerer, with learning how to be the key word powerful here, right? You're so infatuated with learning power that you forget to learn to be a humanity, being humanitarian, right? So there's one part of the book where Ojin, the master sage, the master wizard, goes out to make, hunt. Ged supposedly felt sick. Ojin, the master magus wizard, goes out to hunt to make him a stew to heal Ged, but he knew what Ged was up to. So as soon as Ojian leaves, Ged goes into the cabinet of grimoires and spell books, and he opens up these books, these spell books, and he starts conjuring, just saying these words without even knowing, without even understanding what he's doing. He's just reading, which is something that's happening a lot today, without understanding, just opening up a book and reciting these incantations. And as he's saying this incantation, the house, the cabinet starts shaking, the floor starts shaking, a portal is opening, and a demon is almost rising up. And it is at that moment that Ojian comes back, opens the door, and with his staff, he bangs on the ground and he says this word and demands that entity, demands that spirit to go back into the depths where it needed to go. So that night, Ojian was, the Magus, Ojian was deep in meditation. He said, maybe it is not me that I should be your teacher. And it is okay. You know, I'm going to recommend you to a school of wizardry, a school of wizards. And I don't want to spoil the whole story from there, because it's a very powerful story. There's a lot of wisdom. Ged, Sparrowhawk, does go to this school of magic. Great maguses. It's like a Harry Potter type school. Great. I don't know the name of the Harry Potter movie schools, but he goes to this school, this college, to learn to be wizard. And I don't want to spoil too much of the story. If you want to know what happens in that book, you should read that novel. I read it when I was a teenager. But in that book, he conjures a demon, a necromancer. He becomes he opens his book on necromancy, and he conjures this demon that follows him throughout his life. And I'm just going to leave it at that. If you're curious, read that book. But my whole point of this video, this rant that I'm doing today, is that I meet so many people that love me, that I care for them. And when I'm with you, you know, it doesn't always have to be that we're sitting in front of a table with a white altar cloth with water and flowers and tobacco smoke and incense, and me reciting prayers from a book, or bringing down spirits or healing. People think that that's the only thing that I'm teaching. 99% of what I'm teaching my younger godchildren is just by sitting and talking to you, right? Just sitting and talking to you. And it's up to you to whether you want to accept that wisdom that I'm teaching, take it within you, meditate on it, become part of it, accept what you want to accept, delete what you don't want to accept into your life. That's all up to you. I could only give you what I have. But I want to say that I've learned, me personally, and I know a lot of spiritual people that I know have learned more from our elders, whether the elder is a shaman, the elder is a brujo, curandera, hierbera, santiguadora, abuela, la espiritista, abuelo, tío, mami, papi, tío, all our elders. We learn more from the stories that they impart, the lessons that they speak about to us, than any book of magic, any book on spells, any book on religion. We learn more from them. And so when we speak, your elders speak, and if you have a good elder that's speaking to you, sit down and listen. Be patient. It will come to you. I was that impatient boy when I was younger. You know, I used to sit and think, my padrino's not teaching me anything. And then I reached this age where I'm like, wow, he was imparting wisdom. And it goes back to that book, you know, The Wizards of Earthsea, when Ged, Sparrowhawk, becomes an elder, an older man in this, a magus himself. He remembers Ojian deeply in his heart. And he remembered the lessons that Ojian was teaching and that he wasn't grasping at that moment. we are living in dangerous times. We're living in times where the internet is there, social media is here, where people can buy books. Unexperienced teenagers can go buy a book on witchcraft, do spells. People can buy books on spiritualism, spiritism, and read it. And then come out thinking, okay, I read this book, now I'm a powerful medium. Now I'm a powerful wizard. Now I'm a powerful witch. And then they laugh at the elders. I was there, right? They laugh at the elders. And that's very dangerous. That would be like me going to a bookstore, or going online and picking up a book on being a medical doctor, having no teacher there, right? No one with experience there, sitting there and reading that and coming out without no license afterwards, but, oh, now I'm a doctor. I proclaim myself a doctor because I read this book. I proclaim myself a surgeon because I read this book. Never sitting with a teacher, never sitting with a master of that art, of that craft. Which craft? Think about the word craft, right? El arte. Never sitting with an elder and learning what it is to be human first, and then getting to that point, little by little, poco a poco, you know. Today, we have a lot of quacks, you know. We have a lot of, as we say in the spiritual community, charlatanes, and it's sad because it could be very dangerous. Not just in the spiritual community, in the religious community. So these are things that I've been meditating this month, that I've been, away. I've had a few godchildren that I was teaching them Mesa Blanca, and so they felt maybe Mesa Blanca is not for me, which is fine, and I kind of always felt maybe Mesa Blanca was not for that person, but I see that person is a medium, and I try to help that person develop as a medium. And so that person will be like, well, maybe this religion is for me, or maybe this tradition is for me. And so I said, okay, well, I will, as a friend, because as an elder, you are not just my friend, you are my familia, right? There's this bond, there's this love that I have for my godchildren, or for my close friends, that I become like a parent to you, and I will teach you the best that I can in the way that I can. Con paciencia, right? With patience. But there's been people that are like, okay, I don't feel like I'm learning, and I'm like, okay, well, let me guide you maybe to a teacher that might teach you better what you think you want to learn. And then they come back and they're like, Padrino, this person took advantage of me. They made me spend thousands of dollars on this that I didn't need, or this or that. And you never sat there and charged us anything, when we work Mesa. Yeah, we might leave a donation or whatever, but you never, in order for me to sit with this person, that for me to learn, I had to shell out $800, right? But when it came to you, you just parted wisdom. And I said, well, that's what a teacher does. A teacher becomes a familia, or an elder should become a familia, and we impart our wisdom freely to those we envelop into our lives. Now, there are some mysteries, there are some wisdoms that you don't impart so much easily. The Bible says, don't cast your pearls onto swine. If you give these wisdoms out freely, they will not appreciate it more. They will not appreciate it. But what I was trying to teach, or what I try to teach my godchildren, is to be good people. This weekend we were not planning on a spiritual gathering, and so this gentleman came, and it just became a spiritual we felt this person needed help. It was me and some other of my friends, who I call like godchildren, and we sat there and we gave this person wisdom. And I'm not going to go too deep on that because it's very private, where the person started seeing things differently afterwards. We never charged this person. We just gave wisdom freely. We became the good Samaritans. We saw someone who was hurting, who needed help, and as spiritual people, we don't need always money to help a person, you know. Just good advice sometimes, and that's what spiritual people should do. It's just impart wisdom and to help, you know, other individuals. And so this person, after that meeting, which was not supposed to be, it was just supposed to be a gathering, he came out thinking differently, and he thanked us, and we exchanged numbers, and would like to speak to me and so more in the future. There was a connection, a bond that was built. But it wasn't a bond built through money. It was a bond built through being human, through being un ser humano. So in closing, I'm still here. I'm still present. I'm not doing as many videos as I used to because I'm getting to this age where I just want to live, and I want to laugh, and I want to experience. I'm like a little kid again, right? I just want to see the wonders and mysteries of the universe and the world around me, enjoy the company of the people I'm with. I don't want to be always in front of, like I'm doing right now, in front of a phone or a tablet, recording and then missing out, you know. I needed this moment to myself. But does that mean that Sancista Brujo Luis has stopped making videos? No, I will not stop making videos. I will continue to make videos, but I want to make videos that are deep, that will give to people, because so many people message me and they say, I've learned so much from you, Sancista Brujo Luis. I've learned so much from your stories. I've learned so much from your consejos. Right? I've learned so much from just listening to you, you know, and I feel like you're my padrino. I feel like you're my elder. Maybe I am your elder, right? And I give it freely because my padrino, my madrina, my abuelita, my tios, they gave that to me freely, right? Not everything is an exchange of money, right? Eso es materialidad. Eso es materialism. It's not spiritualism or spiritism. Eso es materialism. And I want to separate the two. It's okay. You want to have your house. You work hard in your trade, and you build your fortune, but it's not off of the suffering or the pain. You don't make your fortune out of the pain or the sufferings of those in need. So in closing, I'm enjoying my last day of my vacation. This month I was like un gitano, you know, el gitano Renzo, you know, or la gitana Yesenia, right? Been traveling, enjoying Pennsylvania, New Hope, Cape Cod, the powwows, ending up here in Connecticut and heading home, you know, and I've not, you know, when you upload is when you download, I've downloaded, me despojé, you know, I cleansed myself, spiritually cleansed myself. And during this time of spiritually cleansing myself, I've meditated a lot. And I've meditated a lot on what is the purpose of this channel. What is the purpose of Sancista Brujo Luis's channel? And it's to help those in need. There are people that are coming to us as spiritual people that need us. And yes, there is sacred reciprocity. You know, you pay me and I give to you. I understand that. You give to, you know, if I give to nature. If I want that tree behind me to give to me sombra, shade, I give to it water. I give to it soil. I give to it vitamin. Sacred reciprocity, I offer to it in order for it to give me la sombra. Don't forget what was my intention for this channel. That there was a time when I was younger, when my abuelita passed away, when my padrino passed away, when I was a little lost. And I have to go back to when I was a little lost, I didn't have no one. And so I searched online and couldn't find, this was in the 90s, couldn't find somebody. And I said, I need to fill that void, you know, become somebody's tío, online tío, become someone's padrino online, whether you and I have never met, become your friend, because you are my friends, right? those people who have followed me all these years. You are my friend, and if I meet you, I will greet you as a friend, right? Sacred reciprocity, we're here. Yo no soy mejor que tú, ni tú que yo, right? We're equal. So what is the purpose of this channel? And when I give from now on, I have to go back to where I don't want to lose who I was, and I want to go back to being that person that people emailed me, and it made me feel good. Thank you so much. That there was a time where I needed someone, and just listening to your videos, you made my day. You made me see things differently. You imparted wisdom. You taught me something, and so thank you. When people say that to me, that means the world to me. So anyways, I'm going to enjoy my cafecito, un cigarrillo, maybe un purito. El sol está saliendo, so the sun is coming out. It's a beautiful day. I'm probably going to go swimming, right? I appreciate all of you guys, you know, all my followers. I appreciate all the people that I have met in powwows, even in streets. Like during Gay Pride, I had met someone who said, "Aren't you Sancista Brujo Luis?" And I'm, yeah, I am. And we shook hands, and we talked, and we exchanged numbers. And me and that person have become friends because that person sits down and watches my videos. So yeah, I might not know you for a second, but you know me, you know, because you're watching my videos, you know me. So you deserve that if I meet you on the street, hey, how you doing? ¿Cómo está? You know, ser tu amigo, you know. And as I'm your friend here online, if I meet you in person, I will be a friend, right? Anyways, this is Sancista Brujo Luis. I'm going to end the video because now I'm rambling. I just want to say much blessings. I'm going to enjoy the few hours left of my vacaciones. Los quiero mucho. Un fuerte abrazo, you know. And I'm still here. I'm still present. I'm just enjoying this stage of my life and the blessings that God has given me, because God has given me so many blessings. Even through turmoil, I've learned that there was a blessing somewhere in that turmoil, you know. And maybe I wasn't seeing the blessing during that turmoil, but after the storm, I was like, wow, eso es lo que era Papá Dios, o los misterios, o los santos, o los buenos espíritus were talking to me, you know. So anyways, this is Sancista Brujo Luis. I love you guys all. Thank you so much. And I am still here. I appreciate you all. All right. This is getting to be a long ending, and I dislike. I don't like the word hate. I dislike the long goodbyes. So this is Sancista Brujo Luis. Ciao. I'll see you in the next video.